Hey everyone, Zach Daniels here, and today I'm going to be doing a deck profile on Devpro, a deck that I've been doing for a while now. It hasn't really been, it was supposed to be an Evil Hero deck profile, but I decided that I need an entirely separate build to make it work, so bear with me for this one. We have the Evil Hero part of it, Malicious Edge, which you can summon with one tribute if your opponent controls a monster. Normally you use this in Cohesive Harmony with Infernal Prodigy, which you can special summon if you control no monsters. Usually, like turn 1, this card comes out. During the end phase, if you tributed this card to tribute summon a hero monster, you can draw 1 card. So you get a you can special summon this, bring out Malicious Edge. During the end phase, you automatically draw a card, and if your opponent has a monster in defense position that's weaker than this, good kudos to you. And the third one would be Infernal Gainer, which allows your Fiend type monster to attack 1 additional time. We're going to skip on down to the Evil Hero Malicious Fiend. I know it's unconventional, but we're just going to try and go through with this. Malicious Fiend requires Malicious Edge and 1 level 6 or higher Fiend-type monster. During your opponent's battle phase, you can change their monsters to a face-up attack position, and each monster they control must attack this card if able. Which, look at that 3,500 beat stick. It's like fucking amazing, really. Next is Wild Cyclone. With its materials are Avian and Wild Heart. When this card inflicts battle damage, you can destroy all of their face down spell or traps, and it stops them from activating said spell or traps. So basically, it's like a protection thing. Mostly I just put in defense position because I can never really get the battle damage in. Dark Gaia. This deck has a lot of Fiend type monsters and 1 XYZ rock type, so it's naturally going to be pretty simple to get it all together. It can change all defense position monsters they control to face-up attack position, so you can start dealing battle damage like crazy. Lightning Golem, just destroy monsters on the field with no real cost. Its materials are Sparkman and Clayman, obviously. And Infernal Wing, which is basically a better Flare Wingman, because it inflicts damage to your opponent equal to whichever is higher between the attack and defense of the destroyed monster. And Infernal Sniper actually is the last one. It cannot be destroyed by spell cards. By the way, its materials are Clayman and Percentatrix. During each of your standby phases, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. This card must be in face-up defense position to activate and to resolve this effect. So that's the Evil Hero build part of it. I run 1 Sparkman, 1 Clayman, 1 Percentatrix, 2 Avian for Fortune Tune, which during each of my standby phases, I gain 500 life points. Obviously, with 400 attack and 900 defense, it's not staying on the field too long. It cannot be targeted by card effects. The face-up card would be destroyed. You can attach 1 X material from this card instead. But when it is sent to the field, from the field to the graveyard, you can target 2 level 3 monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them both into the deck, and return this card from the graveyard to the extra deck. So basically, you're recycling Fortune Tune. Then you could use Rescue Rabbit here to bring out the Avians that were shuffled, go right back in the Fortune Tune. Actually, I think, yeah, go right back in the Fortune Tune. Prisma for, replacing fusions. Wild Heart for, like I said, Wild Cyclone. Ocean, mostly you're just going to be using that for Absolute Zero to, have a way out to destroy all your opponent's monsters. Rottweiler, I almost forgot the name, it was right there. To get a hero monster and a poly from your graveyard, which you will probably be needing. Miracle Fusion, just in case you need an elemental hero monster and like a fusion monster with a great attack or a great defense, you can bring it back from the graveyard, or the extra deck, actually. What am I talking about? Parallel World Fusion, in which you can then bring the monsters back into the graveyard, I think. No, actually, you shuffle them back into your deck. My bad. I run one Mass Change for my Mask Hero build. I was thinking of running Acid for Absolute Zero, like switching out Vapor, because, that's a combo game, but I don't know if it's going to work exactly with this build. Dion I could basically use for monsters like Wild Cyclone, Dark Gaia, and I think that's it. We have Phoenix Enforcer and Rampart Blaster, just in case for like duplicates and stuff. So I can bring out Rampart Blaster and bring out Infernal Sniper on top of it if I have Dark Fusion or Dark Calling. Or I could bring out Inferno Wing and Phoenix Enforcer. Goka, that's usually what the form changes for. I'm sorry, I can't sit still. It's kind of my thing. And Great Tornado, just to have all the attack or defense of all the monsters that my opponent controls. One Mass Change 2, one Mass Charge, 2 Dark Calling, 2 Dark Fusion, 1 Hero Medal. What this card does is when the set card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, shuffle a card into the owner's deck and draw 1 card. It's basically a free draw that gets destroyed. Summoner Monk. I was thinking of running, whatchamacallit, Dark Law in this, but I thought better of myself. Plus, Vision Hero Vion. Let's return, banish 1 hero monster that I've sent from my deck to the graveyard, or that it's already in the graveyard to get a poly. Legacy of a Hero. Usually I only really use this when I fusion summon twice in a turn, and then my monsters get destroyed. Wall of Disruption, just in case someone stupidly attacks into me and now they have their attack permanently decreased by 800, or a maximum of 4,000 if they have all their 5 monster slots filled and their monsters are all in attack position. I don't know anyone dumb enough to actually do it, but there are people. Goblinberg and Kagatoka for quick plays into Carnagorgon. Gores and Chaos Hunter, Tragadoa. Well, actually, no. First of all, Gores and Tragadoa are only for when you get dealt battle damage, and then you can special summon them. And with Gores, you can special summon a token on top of it with the same amount of, I think it might be attack and defense as the battle damage that you took. Effect damage wise, it would just be the same amount of damage you took, I think. I'd have to double check later. Chaos Hunter, you can special summon it, fused into Malicious Fiend or Dark Gaia. Or you can just leave it on the field so that your opponent can't banish cards. Fusion Recycling Plant to recycle my my polymerizations, or in this case my fusion substitutes, because they're always treated as poly. and I only have the one actual poly. Because you can only have you can't have 3 fusion substitutes and 3 polys. I found that out the hard way. Fusion conscription to get one of my fusion materials, but I won't be able to normal summon, set, or special summon monsters with the added effect. With the added monster's name or activate their effects. Rescue Rabbit again for Avion to bring out Fortune Tune. Dark Factory of Mass Production to bring back my 2 normal monsters. Preferably 2 different heroes, like Avion and Percentatrix, or Clayman and Percentatrix, Sparkman I almost said Sparkman and Percentatrix. I wonder if that's actually a fusion. That would be pretty cool. Goddess with the Third Eye and King of the Swamp. Usually just to replace monsters I don't have, or King of the Swamp to get a poly. Destiny Hero Decision Guy, so that level 6 or higher monsters cannot target this card for attacks. I can get a hero back if I normal or special summon it during the end phase of my turn, or I can make, I think it's effect damage, maybe, 0. Unexpected die, special summon a level 4 monster straight from my deck. Card D, draw 2 cards, and immediately on my turn. Kagatoka, I think I already explained with Goblinberg, but if I haven't, I usually use this for like Goblinberg, bring out Clayman, special summon, what's your face, Kage, XD into Gorgon. If I don't have Goblinberg, I just summon a monster that's like a level 4, then bring out Kagatoka, and then XD into Gorgon. Use Gorgon to fusion into Dark Gaia. And I believe that is it for my entire build that I have to explain. So that's the end of this video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Share it to your friends. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. How can I improve on this build? Hopefully it doesn't change too much with the link format coming out. I mean, obviously it will, but like, I mean on Devpro. So if it doesn't change too much on Devpro, then I'm just gonna run this for as long as I can. I'll see you guys later.